So I've been playing a lot of Zelda lately, and I came to realize something. The Triforce, or the royal family crest, it's a triangle, right? And the Sheikah who swore to protect the Hyrule family have a symbol that's an eye. So when we put them together, we get... Look familiar?
I feel like I was tricked into reading this.
Playing Tears of the Kingdoms and thinking about my friend who was confused when our mutual pal said it was easier to find shrines at night since they glow. Friend was confused because he puts Link to bed every evening at 9 p.m. and has him rest till morning, regardless of where he is or what he's doing. Oh no, that gamer has a Pookie.
Nintendo, we gotta talk. Please, please stop making minimalist UI for your Zelda games. I want to go back to days like this, or this. I'll even take this, but please, please stop making me scroll through endless loops of squares just to get the one situational item I need for solving a puzzle. Please, I'm begging you.
I don't even know why they did it in the first place. It's not like you look at those menus and be like, what the hell do I do?
No, Princess Zelda does not have girl power. Princess Zelda has girl wisdom. Ganon has girl power. Don't defeat the Gloom Hands, just run. In the name of all that is holy, just run. Climb out of their reach if you can. I found saying no out loud repeatedly increasing in volumes also helps.
The very real image of Link, in full armor and Master Sword glowing, standing in the library of a debilitated Hyrule castle with dead Lizalfos at his feet, reading a recipe book and dog-earing the page for fruitcake which states that is Zelda's favorite. Big fan of the Gerudo woman who just sits up on the wall alone, away from everyone, and eats a watermelon out of an infinitely generating pile and tells you to fuck off if you try to talk to her. What a queen.
You want to know what's really funny? The whole rivalry between Link and Ganondorf is a direct result of Link beating Demise all the way back in Skyward Sword.
This dude right here literally said to teenage Link,
"Curse upon you 1,000 timelines, motherfucker."
And now we have Link making contraptions and Zelda finally being the main protagonist. This fucker here is the reason we have Zelda CDI.
Fish women want him.
So I went to Toys R Us that's going out of business to look for cheap video games the other day, and they're just all Rivali. None of the other champions, and you could see how few other amiibo are left on the left side of the first image. I did the math, and there's almost 200 fucking Rivalis here. Someone has done a mistake.
Can't believe Rivali took Toys R Us out of business.
Fun piece of Twilight Princess lore I realize tends to get glazed over a lot. Zelda gave her entire spirit to save Midna about halfway through the game so Midna wouldn't die to light exposure. Midna and Link assume Zelda just died, but what's actually going on is Zelda's spirits is just kind of hanging out inside Midna. Totally aware the whole time. And she even says after going back to her own body towards the end of the game that her and Midna were one and she knows everything. So while Link doesn't know Zelda well, Zelda has been unintentionally spying on him and Midna for months through Midna's eyes, unable to talk or interact. And I think that would be a fun dynamic to explore with them. I would like to write one day how their journey back to Castletown would be like together after Midna left them stranded on top of a temple that has no easy way down. That door inside the boss room that leads back into the temple is locked. I checked.
Ads that suddenly take up the whole page.
Ads that suddenly take up the whole page and play music. What about ads that play music but you can't find them anywhere on the page?
Still hearing the ads music after you close the page.
Okay, so is there an explanation to why side characters in Zelda games are still around even though the games are sometimes 100+ years apart? Are they just tied to the same fate as Zelda or Link or even Epona? Like they just keep coming back when needed? If so, I want to see the ancient scroll that's like, to keep this realm in balance, you need courage, wisdom, and power to live in harmony. Also, you need Beetle the shopkeeper, as his prices are reasonable and he's a very friendly guy. Ah yes, the Triforces of wisdom, power, courage, and customer service. See, it would go in the middle right there. You see that?
Yeah, Link must be downright terrifying for normal people in Hyrule to encounter. He's like a fucking heroic cryptid. Imagine it. Your village, region, kingdom is under attack by some monster or another, and out of the trees, this slender little twonk appears and immediately starts acting like he's going to help. And you're skeptical, of course, because look at him! And when you find out he's basically a one-man army who just fucking wrecks the dragon, god, monster, etc., terrorizing your place before he breaks all the pots in town and disappears again. This shit must be wild. Your village is a statue of Link that's built between his reincarnations, and people put clay pots around it as offering and thanks. One day, some kid shows up breaking all your worship pots and runs off without saying any more than as they jump off a cliff into the forest below. You're confused as fuck, but your great-grandmother is weeping like she just saw God. It's like if you met Jesus and he was a gremlin. Watch every Zelda fan artist ignore Link being shorter than Zelda for the second game in a row. Well, they're about the same height. Zelda just has a tall boot heel. I want to make the argument that she has heeled boots on. Flat, no heel. Me when I'm in denial. Well, she's close to the camera in that bottom photo, so she'll seem taller comparatively. I don't know if that matters, though. There's something wrong with you people, I think. Link's courage comes from his inability to reach shelves. Zelda can have short girl energy. It's just that Link is shorter. Link, the mighty manlet.
Link being short is instrumental to his linkness. It is imperative that every Link is a manlet, and this must not be forgotten.
Why isn't their ship named Linda? We're just gonna ignore the fact that this guy, who in one incarnation was raised by a tree, cannot hold the tree pose.
I guess he forgot his roots.
Did you just... Oh, I just thought of the most annoying buzzword possible. Fansplaining.
I don't even know what it is, and I already hate it.
See, when a fandom veteran is explaining how something in universe works to a newbie, or how someone's theory wouldn't work in canon, they aren't being helpful or clarifying or anything. They're fansplaining. Consider the following potential example. Fandom outsider. Aw, man, Nintendo wasted a perfectly good opportunity in Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Since it's a seafaring pirate adventure, they would have made the Master Sword into a cutlass.
Fandom veteran. Well, that wouldn't work, since the Master Sword's never been shown before to change shape even beyond mere differences in artwork.
Oh my god, stop fansplaining to me, you toxic nerd! And scene.
Oh, I can see that going south so fast.
It's pointless arguing about which Link is the scrungliest, because they're all the scrungliest! On different axes of a scrungle. Twilight Princess Link is scrungly in a serious fantasy protagonist trademark sort of way. His clothes and skin sporting an even coating of grime of no specific origin, forever slightly but noticeably damp, and inexplicably smelling faintly of used motor oil. Breath of the Wild Link is scrungly in a lives alone in the woods sort of way. Surprisingly well-groomed, because Hollywood stereotypes notwithstanding letting your hygiene slide into non-conducive into long-term wilderness survival, yet 100% prepared to catch a fish with his bare hands and eat it live and wriggling it in front of you. Wind Waker Link is scrungly in an unsupervised middle schooler sort of way. Charming enough from a distance, but you probably don't want to know what he's got in his pockets, and if you touched him, your hands would come away greasy. Why is he greasy? It's scrungle all the way down. And then there's Ocarina of Time Link. The scrungle that you assume is a very calm and sophisticated young man, but is stricken with the curse of still having the mental capacity of a 9-year-old. My parents hate Overwatch because it takes up our entire Wi-Fi whenever my brother goes online. And when I bought myself the new Zelda, my mom was like, "Can I watch Netflix or are you playing?" And I was like, no, don't worry about it. It doesn't take up the internet. And she was so relieved and started walking towards the TV in her room. I was like, "You want to watch out here? I can switch to handheld mode." And she was so impressed that she could watch MasterChef next to me while I played my game. Nintendo is truly the family system.
Nintendo paid for this post.
Blizzard paid for that reply. Hey, yo, if you're an 8-foot Gerudo lady, hit me up. Remember in Breath of the Wild how there's like that one Gerudo girl crying in the bar because her boyfriend dumped her for being too tall? And she cries, "What's that supposed to mean? I'm only 8 feet tall." Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna find that dude and he's gonna catch these hands. Anyway, if you're 8 feet tall, DM me. The way she says only implies 8 feet is below average for Gerudo height. Well, in the Hyrule Historia, Ganondorf is stated to be 7'6". So with this in mind, we know that Ganondorf, the Demon King, the Prince of Darkness, is very short for a Gerudo.
Ganon turned evil because he was a manlet.
Oh man, all these AI things are coming to take my friends, my family, and everything I love and all of my creativity.
I just want a symbol of artificial intelligence that's tiny and adorable and wouldn't try to steal everything about me.
Hey, yo, I heard everything you said.
And boy, do I got the thing for you. Feast your eyes on this. It is the legendary Azuri plush.
Or Robot Sienna if you're a fucking boomer.
Look at this tiny, adorable form. You could pick it up and you could hold it and you could hug it forever. And you don't have to worry about the artificial intelligence part because it's a plush. There's no wires. It's just cotton and love. Maybe a little bit of spirit in it. You don't know, but it's not gonna steal your stuff. You want one of these? You hop on makeshift.com and get this plush right here. We got a good campaign going on right for it. You get for $29.99.
Plus shipping and handling.
You could buy one and you bring it to campus with you and
Be like, check this out, dude, bros. I got my own artificial intelligence. It doesn't need my social security number to exist.
be like, oh man, I should have not given, critical thinkers all of my money and all of my identity so I could make funny generated AI pictures. Oh. At least I have you, artificially generated Mega Man with 9 fingers on one hand for some reason. You still listening to this rambling? Go get the plush right now. What are you doing? Go!
It's me, boy. I'm the fuck be acting to you like inside your brain. Wait, why is everyone talking this as Animorphs?
Was this not intentionally about Animorphs? What was it about?
The nature of humanity is just that every so often someone accidentally invents
Animorphs
again.
You know, you don't go mad from seeing the incomprehensible. You go mad from briefly comprehending it. People, especially in games and media, often misinterpret Eldritch madness, which is honestly a shame. True madness isn't just seeing something unfamiliar. It's understanding something you were never meant to. Take an ant, for example. If it stumbles upon a circuit board, it doesn't start rambling incoherently in fear. To the ant, the board is just a landscape of strange angles and humming monoliths. It might feel uneasy, but that is not madness. True madness is when, for just a moment, the ant can see as a human does. It suddenly understands symbols, realizes markings carry meaning, something more complex than pheromones. It sees concepts like love, regret, humor, ideas beyond its comprehension. Then, it's just an ant again. But now it remembers. Echoes of what it can no longer grasp swirl in its mind. It cannot use this knowledge, yet it cannot forget. The more it saw, the harder it is to go back. It needs to see it again. To understand again. Nothing else in its tiny, tiny world matters anymore. So yeah, write that down. Okay, so before someone you love starts info dumping, most blessed feeling in the world. Reblog to let your mutuals know that they can always give you the okay so, and you will listen.
Is character intended to be this identity?
Can be a difficult question to give a simple yes or no answer to, not because writers are hedging their bets, but because very often the actual answer is character is modeled after several people I know in real life, some of whom might well be identity, but frankly, if they are, it's none of my damn business.
18 plus accounts? Well, that's quite a lot.
You do numbers on Tumblr? Girl, I am on Tumblr, and the numbers? 4. But babes, I said 4. My lad's 4. 4. This isn't 4. I said 4. This is not. Well, you didn't give me 4. I wanted 4. They should invent a January that doesn't make you go through every emotion known to mankind every day. I call it January. You just add more Y's. It'll make you feel better.
Notes. If God is displeased with my work, then why hasn't he stopped me?
Hold on. I think my frontal lobe just developed. One time I dreamt that the main U.S. currency was cheese after eggs broke the economy.
Oh god, Apollo is side-eyeing this one.
He sends his Apollo cheese.
I spread pro-glasses propaganda. Glasses are hot. Glasses are cool. Glasses will help you see boobs.
Guys or girls, it doesn't matter. They help you see them.
By the way, goblins and kobolds talk to each other through a complex interwoven network of cups and strings. If you even care. They're gossiping about you, by the way.
Bro, that's this place.
Okay, listen.
Surely I will not be consumed by my interest this time.
By Talos, this can't be happening.
As much as I understand being a hater, you have to offset that shit with genuine, sincere enjoyment and wonder sometimes, lest you become the one who is corny and sad, in my opinion. Where's your fucking whimsy, jackass? Your comprehension? Compassion, all right? Post-editing here. I get it. I fucked up the first time. I understand. It's done. The joke is done. I see the irony. I fucking get it. Okay. Is it only irony and judgment 24/7 for you? Boo! Hey, what's the matter? What's the matter, Craig? You don't like fun and whimsy? Someone dressed up as Legolas fuck your wife? You have a little bit of got a little bit of a kink there, do you? Maybe you're kind of closeting? Maybe? Sometimes I think I'm normal. Then I remember the OCX canon whip file that I have of one of my OC ship with the damn principle for Poly Basics. Why am I like... Well, why don't you just... The answer is either money or anxiety. Or the bone pharaoh. 90% of the time it's money. 10% of the time it's the bone pharaoh. Why are you trying to make the bone pharaoh work? Has anyone figured out how much art you need to make your mental illness go away?
Has anyone figured out how much you need to make your mental illness go away, Lou?
Thank you. This is not good at all.
Jurassic Park has a good philosophical message, but unfortunately, the only thing I ever take away from watching Jurassic Park is, God, I wish I could go to Jurassic Park. Like, yeah, it's blatantly obvious don't create the Torment Nexus scenario, but this Torment Nexus is delicious. I mean, yeah, I would totally go.
Oh, thank God.
Wait. Enhance image. God, I love speedrunners. To those asking, welcome to Restaurant Percent, where you help Ganondorf rebuild his life as a humble restaurant owner by building a restaurant around him as fast as possible without getting murked.
Finally, a fun way to play Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm just kidding, it was a great game. I love it when dudes are like, question everything, be critical about the world. And what they mean is, I think politics is controlled by evil wizards. Love is fake. Focus all your love energy on Hatsune Miku. Goodbye. Oh, I don't hate pineapple on pizza. I just disagree with your lifestyle. You can eat whatever pizza you want behind closed doors, but don't put that shit in front of my kids. Oh, so when the final boss's face transitions, gamers love it. But when a trans woman... Stop. I support every trans woman's rights to have their health bar dramatically refilled, accompanied by flashy VFX and the name above their HP bar changing. You deserve it, queen. Go off.
Imagine caring so much about fiction.
Imagine being so lame that you scoff at the timeless human practice of falling in love with art and stories. Well, look who it is. It's Greg the Legolas hater again. How you doing? Still fucking your wife? One time I dreamt the creator of Bluey announced he helped write the screenplay of Ice Age 6. He also publicly admitted it was one of the worst experiences of his life and he only did it for the money.
You know, I stumble across your posts regularly, yet I genuinely believe this one for a solid minute.
Speaking from the heart, no. I am, however, speaking from the amulet, which I am sure you will agree is much better. Chinchillas are fascinating creatures. They look like they have to stop every 5 seconds to give their brain time to process their next action.
They are creatures that suffer from real-life turn-based strategy.
Earth is currently at the stage that leads into either Star Trek or Mad Max. Astute observers will recall that in Star Trek, Earth was Mad Max for several years before becoming Star Trek. I feel a sudden bloom of hope inside me.
This is the most hopefully thing I've read this week.
Meanwhile, now I'm just imagining Data putting spray paint over his face and going, witness me.
What we see, and what humans see.
Oh, Opie? Who's we? Who the fuck is we? Opie? Who's we? Hey, go grab the Azuri plush right now. We're at 63 out of 200, at least at the time I'm making this video. You better go snag it if you want to see more things.
Are toucans a bird of prey?
No.
What if you are a fruit or perhaps a berry?
POV. You are a fruit or perhaps a berry. Whoa! I just remembered I had my very own skeleton under all this flesh.
Not for long.
This is honestly one of the posts on this website. Sure is.
Attention, users of Tumblr. I exist. That is all. You may return to your previously scheduled suffering.
Philadelphia if the Eagles lost.
The Eagles win. Philadelphia anyways.
See, this right here is an example of context clues. This is the world is on fire / derogatory, and the bottom is the world is on fire / affectionately.
Writing prompt. We have your son.
Oh, my condolences. Please try to die quickly. His dinner's almost ready.
Who was on the phone, Alfred?
Asked Bruce as the butler hung up on the phone. Just Master Damien. He will be a little late to dinner. Alfred lied as he went back to the kitchen.
They need to invent the opposite of an NDA called an FDA, where you have to tell everyone everything. Subpoena, Tumblr, alcohol.
War Thunder forms. Survived checking my bank account. I deserve a little treat. This had better not alter the numbers in my bank account. By Talos, this can't be happening.
Big bald eagles, excuse the number one. I can't seem to remove it from the...
Received this incomprehensible email from my ornithology professor.
The fucking eagles got him. They're putting chemicals in the fire that turn the freaking swords gay!
I just thought this was really funny.
This fucking cross-ass looking sword over here. You wanna give that to Glenn?
Huh, this is how I win. Loses.
Maybe this time picking your textures on my skin will lead to it being silky smooth, bleeding. Ow.
Good idea. Marry a blacksmith so you get free swords whenever.
Better idea. Become a miner and then marry a blacksmith so he can have the required materials for you to get free swords whenever. Make a harem and marry a full production chain. Ah, monopolygamy.
I mean, if your harem is full of blacksmiths, would that make it a polyamorous relationship?
You can make a whole polyarmory.
Angels probably wouldn't wear clothes. To explain, in Genesis, human beings start out not wearing clothes. God is caught off guard when Adam and Eve start covering themselves. This implies that in a pure state, clothes aren't necessary. Therefore, why would angels have clothes? Also, can you imagine designing clothes for a biblically accurate cherubim?
And even a seraphim would be tricky, since you need to account for like 6 wings. In conclusions, angels are notice. It's probably why the angels end up saying, be not afraid, because you were looking at 6 weenuses at the same time.
Being autistic and meeting someone with ADHD is like, oh, you're like me, but fast.
Best trait you can give a tall and imposing character is easily flustered. I don't care how many people they've bested in combat. Someone cute flirting with them should be enough to make them go,
Goofy, no.
please do not the cat. Oh my god, they're eating the cat!
23 is the correct number of stab wounds.
Why would this mean? Oh, I have 23 stab wounds in me, huh? Yeah, bad news for chocolate lovers. Amid massive corporate downsizing, Lindt had to euthanize 20,000 of its handsome European chocolate chefs. An additional 1,300 will be thrown out in the cold with nothing but their stupid fucking whisks.
You know the things fandoms do where they take a character, usually the protagonist, and... You know what I'm talking about. It's okay, you can just say Undertale.
Undertale's literally done like every AU. There probably could just be one where everything's the same except Sans' hoodie is pink. Don't even ask why, it just is.
I love when I'm writing a scene heavily focused on characters, drives, and fears, and suddenly something clicks and it's like, you've unlocked a new backstory. Yeah.
My family usually eats bagged cereals, you know, the off-brand kinds that taste like deceit. And today my mother came home with 15 plus boxes of sugar name brand cereal, dumped them into my arms and said, I can't eat lies anymore, Caroline.
I call bullshit on your cereal post.
Oh, sweet dingus, that's a lie.
A tired mime on break leaning against nothing and smoking an invisible cigarette. Yeah. Mutual just posted,
Okay, I'm normal now.
objective. Survive the reverse chronological dashboard breakdown. Wave 1 of 30.
Good luck, soldier. You know, days keep happening to me. And nights also. No seeing it whatsoever.
What is your problem?
Several. Thanks for asking. Where do you want me to fucking start?
Sweet treats should not cost money. They should come as a complimentary gift for not giving up. Please?
My skeleton is full of closets. The closets are filled with bi-lesbians, by the way.
What are they full of?
Closets.
What are those filled with?
Real pronouns.
Do those have anything in them?
Closets.
I didn't learn about this in driving school.
Stop, says the red light. Go, says the green. Wait, says the yellow light twinkling in between.
Neo says the demon light with its eyes of coal, so Ron knows your license plate and stares into your soul.
This is always fucking funny.
I've only seen those legendary posts and screenshots.
What I've learned in boarding school today is